As 2025 draws to a close, the war in Ukraine grinds on, with no clear end in sight. The conflict has become a test of endurance for both sides, stretching resources and morale to their limits as the harsh winter sets in. The front lines remain largely static, marked by slow, grinding advances and heavy losses on both sides. Each day brings new destruction, with towns and villages bearing the scars of relentless artillery and missile strikes. Over the weekend, Russia announced the capture of Myrnohrad in Donetsk and Guliai-Pole in Zaporizhzhia, two towns now thrust into the spotlight as the latest flashpoints in this grinding conflict. These towns, once quiet, are now symbols of the war's shifting front. Moscow's claims were met with immediate denials from Kyiv, which accused Russia of spreading propaganda and distorting the reality on the ground. Ukrainian officials insist that fighting continues, and that control of these towns remains contested. The battle for these towns is more than a local skirmish. It's part of Russia's broader push to control the Donbass, a key war aim for President Putin. Securing these areas would allow Russia to claim further progress and strengthen its hold in eastern Ukraine. For Ukraine, every town is a symbol of sovereignty and resistance. Holding on to these communities means defending not just territory, but the spirit and identity of the nation itself. In this video, we'll break down the competing narratives, the strategic importance of these towns, and what these developments mean for the future of the war. We'll also examine how information warfare shapes perceptions far from the battlefield. The stakes are high, not just for the armies, but for millions of civilians caught in the crossfire. As the world watches, the fate of these towns could signal the next phase of this devastating conflict. Russia's Ministry of Defense declared the liberation of Myrnohrad and Guliai-Pole, framing it as a major victory. State media broadcast images of Russian soldiers raising flags, reinforcing the narrative of unstoppable progress. President Putin was reportedly briefed personally, projecting an image of control and momentum. The timing, just after the fall of Siversk, suggests Russia wants to show growing strength, both to its own people and to the world. These announcements are designed to boost morale at home and send a message to Ukraine and its allies. Russia is advancing, and negotiations will happen on its terms. Kyiv quickly pushed back, denying Russia's claims of full control over Myrnohrad. Ukrainian officials admitted the fighting was intense, but insisted their forces were still holding key positions. Videos of Russian flags, they argued, were staged on the outskirts and didn't reflect the true situation. Ukraine's strategy is to delay any public admission of lost ground, maintaining morale and complicating Russian planning. The message, "a flag on a building doesn't mean victory." Ukrainian defenders are still fighting, street by street. This narrative of resilience has been crucial in rallying international support and keeping the national spirit alive. Even as the odds grow longer, Ukraine's story is one of determined resistance. Myrnohrad isn't just another town, it's a gateway to Pokrovsk, a vital Ukrainian supply hub in Donetsk. This small city sits at a crossroads, connecting key roads and railways that keep Ukrainian forces supplied and able to resist Russian advances. Its strategic location means that whoever controls Myrnohrad can influence the flow of reinforcements and resources across the region. If Russia takes Myrnohrad, it edges closer to encircling Pokrovsk and crippling Ukraine's defenses in the region. The fall of Myrnohrad would put immense pressure on Ukrainian troops, making it harder to defend not just Pokrovsk, but the entire western part of Donetsk. The broader goal: full control of the Donbass, Ukraine's industrial heartland. This region is rich in coal, industry, and infrastructure, making it a prize for both sides. Control over Donbass would give Russia a significant economic and symbolic victory. Guliai-Pole, meanwhile, is a key defensive point in the south, blocking Russian advances toward the city of Zaporizhzhia. Its defenses help shield one of Ukraine's largest cities and prevent Russian forces from pushing deeper into Ukrainian-held territory. Its fall would open a new route for Russian offensives and threaten Ukrainian supply lines. Losing Guliai-Pole could allow Russian troops to cut off vital roads and isolate Ukrainian units fighting in the south. Both towns have been fiercely contested, and their fate could shift the momentum of the war. The battles here are brutal, with both sides pouring in troops and resources, knowing how much is at stake. Russia's slow, grinding advances reflect a strategy of attrition, wearing down Ukrainian defenses through relentless pressure. Every day of fighting drains resources, morale, and manpower on both sides. The loss of either town would be a major blow to Ukraine's ability to hold the line, potentially opening the door to further Russian advances and deepening the humanitarian crisis for civilians caught in the crossfire. Behind the headlines, civilians in Myrnohrad endure a daily reality shaped by fear and uncertainty. Their lives have been upended as families navigate streets littered with debris and memories of what once was. In Guliaipol, the story is much the same. Families are forced to flee their homes carrying only what they can, haunted by the trauma of sudden loss and the heartbreak of separation from loved ones. Recent Russian advances were preceded by massive airstrikes targeting both military and civilian infrastructure. The relentless bombardment has left entire neighborhoods in ruins, and the scars of destruction are visible everywhere. Power outages and freezing temperatures have left many Ukrainians struggling to survive the winter. With heating systems destroyed and electricity scarce, families huddle together for warmth, relying on candles and hope to get through the long cold nights. These attacks aim to break the population's will and force Kyiv to negotiate on Moscow's terms. The psychological toll is immense, as fear and uncertainty become part of daily life for millions. Diplomatically, the timing is no accident. Russia's claims came just before a high-stakes meeting between Presidents Zelensky and Trump. The world watches as leaders weigh their options, each move calculated for maximum leverage. With the US pushing for a peace deal and Russia rejecting a truce, the battlefield gains are meant to strengthen Moscow's hand at the negotiating table. Every advance is a message, every setback a potential bargaining chip. Meanwhile, Ukraine's leadership faces internal strain with reports of command shakeups and mounting pressure to hold the line. The burden on military and political leaders grows heavier with each passing day. The war's toll is measured not just in territory, but in shattered lives, grieving families, and a nation grappling with political turmoil and the enduring cost of conflict. The struggle for Myrnohrad and Guliaipol is a snapshot of a war entering a dangerous new phase. Russia's attritional tactics are yielding slow gains, while Ukraine fights desperately to defend every inch. The Kremlin's confident announcements are as much about shaping perception as they are about battlefield reality. For Ukraine, the situation is dire, cities battered, defenses stretched, and winter deepening the crisis. The outcome of these battles will shape not just the front lines, but the tone of any future peace talks. As the world watches, the fate of two small towns has become a symbol of Ukraine's larger fight for survival. In late December 2025, the future remains uncertain, and the cost of every advance is measured in human suffering.